What's going on, everyone? I'm back with another video. This video is going to be looking at the match analysis between Argentina and Netherlands. Now, to get it straight from the start, I think Netherlands probably have a 70% chance of winning the match. There'll be a few tactical reasons why, but with Argentina, you can never really rule them out because they have Messi in the middle who can create something out of nothing and moments of magic that are just virtually impossible to defend against. But before I get into the tactics, check out both my books. There's links in the description below. And check out my new course. A link to that is in the description. A course that'll set you up good to learn more about tactics if you're interested. Now let's get right into the analysis. So the dominant phase will be when Argentina have the possession. They'll usually play in the midfield third and move from a 4-3-3. And when Argentina play in a 4-3-3, we'll have Julian Alvarez as the center striker. We'll start with our wingers a little bit wider. We'll play Messi on the right for right now, but we'll see his freedom and his role that can tactically change the entire team with his movement. We'll have our back four, usually creating full width, and our central defenders primarily playing in the half spaces or around them. So with our 4-3-3, we'll have two offensive midfielders. And now I've included Di Maria because on this right-hand side, him and Messi will be interchangeable. Di Maria can go and play in width or play through the half space with the fullback overlapping. So we'll have Di Maria playing in the half space as the attacking midfielder. And now Messi will often invert, play a free role, and take advantage of pinning from the central striker, or Alvarez will drop into the half space to create pinning for Di Maria, and likewise with the weak side or the strong side, winger inverting or making runs in behind to then create space for the attacking midfielders. Messi, as we said, he has massive amounts of fluidity, so when the holding midfielder moves his position, he'll often come deeper to receive the ball, creating a box in midfield and looking for combinations with his teammates, bringing out the best in his teammates from a deeper area. But as we know, he can also play higher up the field, but I expect him to drop deeper for much of the game, especially against the Netherlands when we see their tactical setup. So now Netherlands, they'll play with two wide central strikers and look to create central pressing traps. So from here, we'll have our three-man midfield that'll match up well against the diamond from Argentina. And now we'll put the offensive midfielders more in the space between the lines, and our back five will push forward. So from here, we have our three midfielders for the Netherlands, and this Holland team will use their cover shadows to block space between the lines, and with support from their three central defenders, we'll have 2-versus-1s against the pinning player. But what will be the defining characteristic of this match is this midfield area. If they're able to control and block these areas in the center of the field, especially around Messi, then I think they'll have a lot of success in the match, especially in transition, exploiting the defenders from Argentina, who there have been big question marks about throughout this tournament. But from here, we'll press from out to in, and Argentina have the potential to create a 4-versus-3 in midfield. Daley Blind will probably jump between the lines to create a 4-versus-4, and Netherlands can then stagger their midfielders, control the holding mid, and this is where Messi will become a huge option for them between the lines. If he's blocked off and doesn't have the service to provide in these key areas between the lines, he'll often come deeper. The holding midfielder will manipulate this Dutch team, and they'll often have to center their defensive shape around Messi, and the defense and the back five will have to be very good at jumping between the lines to control these options. And the fluidity of Argentina is what gives them a chance in this game, and players arriving in dangerous areas. So by pressing and setting central pressing traps from Netherlands, it creates the opportunity for Argentina to really use their fluidity and show us how good they are in possession of the ball and exploiting space between the lines. So we'll see players dropping between the lines quite often, but the key is now when we have players dropping between the lines, Messi's trying to get on the ball, we need runners in behind to pin the defenders, create the free man, and progress, usually through the wide area. Now, I suspect Messi will be heavily marked, so his movement will probably be the most important for the team and creating free players. And even when he has a player on him, he's very good, as we all know, at beating his defender and creating small combinations going forward to completely disrupt a defense. So this will be the biggest area for Netherlands to control, but they're more than happy sitting off in a mid-block or low block, setting pressing traps and pressing them in key areas. And then when they do win the ball, especially high up the field, they could have a 3 versus 2 or 2v2 against the central defenders with space through the half spaces to then exploit in transition, which they've been very dangerous about doing. They've been very clinical in the box. In possession, they've been a little bit stagnant, having trouble creating free players between the lines in this 5-3-2, but the freedom from Frankie de Jong between the lines to change their shape, which we'll look at just briefly, against this Argentina 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 using man orientation in the midfield, and probably setting similar pressing traps as Netherlands do, but not quite as drastic. So from here, Netherlands will use pinning to pin the back four, look to get players like Frankie de Jong and his opposite number and his opposite attacking midfielder free between the lines. Frankie de Jong, though, as we know, will drop deeper, try and attract pressure from this Argentina side, release Daley Blind to create full width, and create freedom for Gakpo between the lines to try and get free and create a midfield box at times, manipulating the orientation of Argentina's defenders to then try and target the half spaces and create players free between the lines using pinning and runs in behind. So this is where we're going to wrap up the analysis. Let me know in the comments below who you think will win the match, and I'll see you in the next one.